Good evening and welcome to Buzz Boulding Arena for another 6A Central matchup between your Conway Lady Cats and the Bryant Lady Hornets. Don't adjust your television. There's nothing wrong with your sound. I'm not Jeff Matthews. This is Levi Gilbert filling in for Jeffrey tonight on play-by-play, which means we have a special guest on color commentary tonight, an actual award-winning sports broadcaster, the one and only Mark Oliver. Mark, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, thanks, Levi. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me. Great to be back in Buzz Boulding Arena. Great to be back in the City of Colleges. I don't live here anymore, but I spent many years here as a UCA graduate. But, a lot of changes I've noticed on my drive back all the way down to Prince Street. But one thing that never changes about this city is just how fun its basketball teams are to watch. And we've got a couple of great basketball games ahead of us tonight. The Lady Cats playing host to the Lady Hornets of Bryant. And then later on, the Wampus Cats taking on the Hornets in a very big 6A Central showdown.
Yeah, Mark, we're certainly glad to have you. And although it's our first Conway game to do together, not our first history together on broadcast, we'll talk about that throughout the night. First things up, your starting lineups tonight being announced, Conway being announced right now. Tawana Rector, senior guard. Number 4, Jada Pickens, another senior guard, back in the lineup tonight. We'll talk about that as we get going. Freshman number 13, Chloe Clardy. And at center, number 42, Savannah Scott. And we also missed earlier number 3, Lydia York, another senior guard. Starting lineups for the Bryant Lady Hornets: number 1, Tiara Trotter; number 10, Paris Atkins; number 11, India Atkins; number 15, Selena Martin; and number 35, Mackenzie Muse. Your Lady Cats come into tonight's action 16-4 overall, 5-1 in the 6A Central, ranked number 4 in both the overall rankings in the state as well as in the 6A. And a big game tonight for both the Lady Cats and the Wampus Cats for different reasons, but both of these Bryant teams come in both really scrappy. And this is not the Lady Hornets team we've seen in the past few years. Mark, you've kind of got a fresh perspective coming in for both of these teams. What did you see in your prep this week, and what are you looking for in this matchup?
I see a trap game for the Conway Lady Cats here. I see an up-and-coming Bryant team that has a lot to play for, and they're here to knock off a big dog or maybe a big cat tonight here in Conway. There's a lot to play for, of course. Conway looking for one of those two very pivotal playoff seedings, looking for a bye in the postseason, and Bryant's right there knocking, trying to make their way up the standings, and it's looking to take out a Goliath tonight in the Lady Cats.
Lady Cats come out in that patented 1-3-1 defense, quickly forcing a turnover here. It's going to be so good tonight. We mentioned Jada Pickens back in the starting lineup. She missed the last 2 weeks with a little bit of an injury. She's back in the front of that 1-3-1 defense. Always good to have her back. Chloe Clardy with the early 3. Gets the soft bounce, and it's good. Conway with an early 3-0 lead. Bryant pushing the action, coming back down. Trying to go up against Savannah Scott. Not much happening there. Lady Cats in transition. Set up the half-court offense. Calling in the play from Coach Hutchcraft. The first possession, they tried to get it down to Savannah Scott. They'll do the same thing again. Freshman unable to get anything up. She passes the ball away. Another turnover in transition. T. Rector with the steal and the foul.
Levi, something I've noticed early already, Savannah Scott is going to be due for a very big game tonight. If Bryant can't contain her down low, there is a size mismatch between Scott and Selena Martin, and Scott's already kind of flexing her athletic skill early in this one.
Another turnover by the Lady Cats. Yeah, a little bit of a size difference down there. Long 3 put up by Bryant, no good. They do get the offensive rebound. Trying to reset their offense, and an errant pass out of bounds. It'll be Lady Cat basketball. Yeah, Savannah coming off of one of her best offensive games of the year on Tuesday, a win over Mount St. Mary's. I imagine there's probably a similar size advantage in that game as well. Bryant in transition, another errant pass. This one, they're going to say off of Bryant, so Lady Cat basketball.
Taking advantage of some turnovers early. In the game's first 2 minutes here, Conway looking for an opportunity to pad the lead here.
Lady Cats in their half-court set again. Feed it down to Clardy, who feeds it to Savannah Scott. Nice touch on the left side. 5-0 early here in the first quarter. There's that 1-3-1 defense again. Trap over on the right side near half court. They're going to get the foul. Reach in on Jada Pickens. So glad to have Jada back. I'm glad that wasn't an extended injury. I was thinking today, if you were going to be out for a few games, it was probably the best stretch to be out. There she goes. She gets the steal in transition. Can't quite get it to go. A little bit of contact. Here she goes again.
I'm telling you, Levi, as a student athlete, there is nothing more difficult than having to sit on the sideline, sit on the bench, and watch your team perform without you. And Pickens coming in, wanting to shake off any rust if there is any early. And she's aggressive to the basketball. She's wanting to make a statement in her game back here, and I think she's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick 30-second break as well. Back with more on Conway Court. Back in action at Buzz Bowling Arena. Lady Cats with an early 5-0 lead over the Bryant Lady Hornets. Bryant trying to get something to fall here. Looks like Savannah Scott got a hand in there as the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Hornets. First inbound play for Bryant. Deep three by Trotter is good. 5-3, Lady Cats still on top.
Great effort there by Bryant. Struggling down low in the paint already. Forced to have to shoot from beyond the arc, and just so happened it went on in.
Jada Pickens says, you can do it, I can do it. Even better from further out. The senior putting Conway back up 8-3.
What a hot start out of Pickens here, defensively, offensively. She's looking to make a statement tonight here at home.
Well, she just gives you so much on the defensive side of the ball. It's what they really, I say they missed. Of course they missed when she was gone. They didn't really struggle the two matchups they had without her. But a game like this tonight against Bryant, who coming off one of their biggest games in the last 2 decades. We'll talk more about that as the game progresses. That win over North Little Rock on Tuesday. Pesky Conway 1-3-1 defense. If you can get those cross-court passes and get them out of position a little bit like we saw right there, you have a chance to get to the foul line.
Great effort there by Bryant. You know, whenever you're having to go against an athlete like Savannah Scott, 6'3", down low, you know, trying to get a little bit of foul trouble going, generated early in the first quarter is not a bad strategy at all. Trying to claw back into this thing as the Hornets cut it within 2.
Mentioned the Lady Hornets coming off that big win on Tuesday. Conway pulls down the second missed free throw attempt. It's the first time they had beaten North Little Rock in, I think I saw 15 years or some crazy number like that. 15 years hadn't beaten North Little Rock. They did that in overtime on Tuesday. Chloe Clardy, a 3 from the top right side of the key. 11-6 Conway. So this Bryant team, they're coming in with a little swagger after taking down North Little Rock.
Yeah, and you have to. You have to come in with that kind of confidence. You have to come in with the mindset that you can come and get the upset. And that's how scrappy teams like this do find their success on the floor. And like we said, kind of like a trap game. Conway has certainly been winning lopsided games, and you got to make sure you hold on and take care of business here at home.
Yeah, Chloe Clardy making it hard as she hits her second three of the game, 14-6. Another timeout on the floor by Bryant. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds here on Conway Corp.
Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
And welcome back to Buzz Bowling Arena. Levi Gilbert, Mark Oliver taking the action tonight. Jeff Matthews has the night off. Jeff, enjoy those turkey burgers. I know he's going to be watching this broadcast. It's got to be a weird feeling. He's been doing this for 19 plus years, and he's got a night off, so I hope he enjoys it.
Much deserved, Jeff. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, Bryant goes all the way down the court quickly, gets an easy basket, 14-8. Conway still on top. Lydia York, her first three-point attempt on the night, no good. Pulled down by Kalena King, who's now in the game for the Lady Cats. Only substitution so far. Savannah Scott's getting a little break. And another turnover by the Lady Hornets. Chloe Clardy, quick 9 points here in this first quarter. Now, that Clardy name, a little familiar to you. You, of course, do basketball for National Park College down in Hot Springs, where her brother, Terry Clardy, is now continuing his basketball career. Yeah,
and what a fantastic athlete that Terry is. A great addition for Nighthawk Nation. But, Chloe Clardy, even if you're not a Conway resident, even if you don't live in Faulkner County, this is a name that's beginning to resonate all throughout the natural state and even beyond as well. It's very impressive, the resume that she's built at such a young age. And, well, I kind of feel like we're watching history in the making just watching her do her thing, Levi.
I've been telling people around town this whole season so far, we're going to have a really fun 4 years. Of course, you got the sophomore Jaden Thomas, who has not been able to play this conference season. We have some news on her. We'll share that in a little bit. And then Clardy, of course, freshman Savannah Scott as well. It's going to be another nice 4-year run for Lady Cat basketball if everybody can stay healthy.
And you just think about the success of the Lady Cats program and what Coach Hutchcraft has built over the years. And there have been some really big names that come through this program. You think about Danbury and Tollfree, and Clardy's right there in the mix. And it just seems like it's not a team that rebuilds, they reload. And they seem like they get better every time.
Savannah Scott with the block in transition. Quick pass out to Clardy, and she crosses double figures now, 11 points here in the first quarter. 16-8, Conway on top. Trying to do their best to stamp out any hope here in this first half. Easy basket missed by Bryant. Kalena King trying to pull down the rebound. Hit the baseline, so it'll be Bryant inbounding. India Atkins passed out to Lexus Taylor, back to Atkins. Trying to find something going here. Cross-court pass. Back to Atkins, down to Kinsey Muse, no good. Savannah Scott pulling down the rebound. Your Lady Cats in transition. And they will pull up and set up their half-court set. T. Rector trying to get some penetration into the lane. She gets fouled.
Second personal foul on India Atkins. That's huge for the senior. Foul starting to kind of creep up a little bit for each team late in the first quarter here.
Feed down to Savannah Scott on the left block again. She is good, 18-8, and we're under a minute here in Conway. Clardy trying to sneak in behind and pull that steal. Trying to feed it down to Muse. T. Rector crashing in there, trying to get the steal, but Bryant remains with the ball. Alexis Taylor, three-point attempt, no good. Savannah Scott pulling down the rebound. Just going to see if the Lady Cats would hold up for the last shot, but they're forcing the issue. That's never what they do, Mark. I should know better than to think they're going to do that. But a turnover there by T. Rector. We'll see how Bryant wants to handle this. Forcing the issue as well. Muse, the little turnaround jumper is good. 18-10, 16 seconds remaining. Lady Cats clearing out. I thought they were going to clear out for Clardy. T. Rector over on the right side. Feeds it down to Savannah Scott. And a nice finish. 20 points for your Lady Cats here in the first quarter. No last second attempt to be made there. 20-10 at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and be back here on Conway Corp.
DeBoard Electronics, a trusted name since 1952, is located at 650 Dave Ward Drive, 2 miles west of I-40. DeBoard Electronics offers state-of-the-art options to customize your Yamaha golf cart or your Polaris side-by-side and even your boat. With cutting-edge products, you will look good and sound good when you're cruising the water. So enjoy your time on the lake listening to your favorite tunes thanks to DeBoard Electronics, 650 Dave Ward Drive in Conway.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration, so here it is. My living room before the water damage, and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
Well, after one quarter of action, your Lady Cats have a 20-10 lead here over the Lady Hornets of Bryant. Mark, any stats that stick out to you in that first quarter?
You know, honestly, I was taking a look at Coach Brad Matthews on the Bryant bench during the in-between, Levi, and I think they're really trying to draw up and prioritize who the biggest threat is for the Lady Cats after that first quarter. Clardy from beyond the three-pointer or Savannah Scott from right underneath the bucket. That's a 1-2 punch that hurts after a little bit.
Right. Pick your poison, inside or out. Clardy in transition pulls up on the right elbow. No good. Gets the rebound. Another feed down to Savannah Scott, but couldn't quite handle the pass. Be a Lady Cat turnover. Ball back to Bryant. Yeah, what do? You know? Pick your poison, I guess. This Lady Cat defense has been terrorizing as usual on the other side of the ball. They've given up a few easy looks in the first quarter, but trying to shore that up. It sure does help. I know we've said it several times. We'll continue to say it, but having Jada Pickens back is helping that defense. Of course, she is off the court right now.
But you're right, Levi. Leadership is contagious, and when you have a senior out there helping call the shots, it energizes some of these younger players. And of course, we know the Lady Cats are a younger team, and could certainly benefit from having some of that experience on the floor, the guidance on the bench. It's really going to help set them up for success as we move towards the tail end of the season.
Yeah, we've talked about this throughout the conference run. There are 3 seniors starting, but 2 of them, in terms of playing experience, this is really their first year to start. Of course, Jada brings a lot of experience even all the way back from her sophomore year. First free throw attempt for T. Rector is good. But, yeah, you can't underestimate that senior leadership that Jada Pickens brings, and glad her injury was a quick one. She got a little bit of a rest and able to get back here as we're down the stretch now. I mean, this is the final game of that first half of 6A Central play. So things really starting to shape up in terms of playoff seeding.
And Conway's had a pretty good run down that stretch as well. It was difficult at times, and I think that they prevailed, maybe better than expectation. And, as we get ready for the flip, well, the flip looks a lot better than it did
right?
the first half. So the future is bright. It's just a matter of, not losing sight of that goal and remembering, just how important those top 2 playoff seeds are.
Yeah, Muse, quick shot off the inbound, pulls the Lady Hornets back within 10, 22-12. Chloe Clardy on the left side, can't get it to fall, but cleaning it up for Haley Malcolm, junior, getting her first minutes tonight. Nice little putback for her. We've seen some interesting rotations throughout this conference run because of the injuries. We've mentioned Jada Pickens, but Jaden Thomas, of course, hasn't played at all here in conference play. I did get an update on her today. As the Lady Cats turn it over again, basically not expecting her back until the state tournament. They think they could push it a little bit, maybe get her earlier, but at this point, they don't want to rush anything, want to take it as easy as possible, and giving her some extra time to heal up on that lower leg injury that she's been battling with since the last non-conference game. But think about what they've been able to do, going 5-1, potentially 6-1 tonight through the first half of conference play without Jaden. Can't imagine what she could add when we get to that state tournament. It might look like a whole new team again.
Hey, that's kind of like a mouth-watering opportunity there as you get there towards the end. Of course, you know, the competition that Conway will be going up against in the postseason is going to be familiar with the team as it currently is. And then you throw a new a weapon into the mix, and you got a whole other ball game, and you have something that coaches cannot prepare for on game film. So you add an extra element of mystery to the mix. You like your chances in that scenario. And
you add about 15 points into the mix as well.
That's always a plus.
Even Rusty, I think Jaden could probably go out there and put 10 in. I'm not trying to put any pressure on her, but she's that good. She's just that good. Another turnover for the Lady Cats. Bryant trying to close this lead. Lead still at 12 for Conway. Conway in transition, looking for Clardy. Clardy going to set up for that deep three from the right side. No good. Muse pulling down the rebound for Bryant. Almost another turnover there for Bryant.
Levi, I love how disciplined the Lady Cats appear tonight on defense. I mean, typically on the high school level, you sometimes don't see this until you get to the college level, to that next level. Being able to get in and defend and not get too handsy and be able to block without drawing the foul, that's something that takes a lot of skill, a lot of practice and patience, and Conway executing that very well tonight in their favor.
Senior Jada Pickens back in. Kalena King back out. Lydia York can't get the ball up with no deflection there, and it's going to be Bryant ball again. Bryant's gone several minutes without a basket. Another steal. Pushing it up to Jada. Easy bucket, can't quite go in. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up.
That has to feel good, Levi. Getting out there, getting back in your flow.
Chloe Clardy stopping the Bryant flow. Easy bucket on the left side. That's 13 points for number 13. And Bryant going to take another timeout on the floor. We will take it as well. 30-second break, and we're back here on Conway Court.
We are Conway's legacy. Just like our family, Conway continues to grow and thrive.
And at Legacy Fencing, we will continue to maintain the level of quality and service that we've provided for the last 2 decades.
From our friendly and helpful office staff, to our outstanding installers, to our shop foremen, and even our college interns, fencing will not only be our legacy, but yours.
And that's why at Legacy Fencing we say, it's fencing for a lifetime.
In 1916, Smith Ford opened its doors in Conway and began building a legacy that today is over a century old and still going strong. Now let's put this into perspective. When Smith Ford started out, their cars looked like this. Today, they look like this. Outstanding customer service. At Smith Ford, they don't just say it, they define it. You just don't live to see 100 unless you're living right, eating right, or selling right. Smith Ford has been doing all three since 1916.
And we're back at Buzz Boulding Arena. The Lady Cats up 28-12, almost midway through the second quarter here, as we're at almost to the 4-minute mark. And Mark, it's been a rough going quarter here for Bryant. Still just 2 points here in this second quarter. Can't get the ball to drop.
Yeah, that's right, Levi. Outscored 8-2 so far here in the second. It's really a pivotal quarter for Conway to pad the lead, and Bryant having to play from behind even more so as we near the end of the first half.
Frustrating thing for Bryant is feels like they've had a lot of opportunities, just not getting the shot they want. A lot of that credit needs to go to this Lady Cat defense. They're going to call the foul on Haley Malcolm. That's going to be her first. Sends Paris Atkins, sophomore shooting guard, to the free throw line. The third point of the second quarter for Bryant.
And for Bryant, this is exactly what they need. They need to be able to find a way to take back control of the tempo. Lady Cats are going to run their offense like they always do. And for Bryant to be on the road, tough place to play, sometimes a free throw here and there allows you to stop, take a breather, and compose yourself.
Both free throws were good for Bryant. T. Rector trying to get something going on the right baseline. No good. Bryant with the rebound. This Lady Cat defense trying to trap him again. Clardy showing her length there. They're going to get a back court violation.
That was all Chloe Clardy right there. Understanding the position on the floor and knowing how to trap your opponent.
I was talking to Coach Hutchcraft about this back in, I almost said back in January. It's still January. It feels like it's been the longest January of my life. But she has so much length at that guard position, unlike anything that we've had in recent memory at guard. She's so long, her wingspan, and you really see that play out defensively.
Well, we definitely see it, and many, many, many college coaches are seeing that as well.
Savannah Scott back in the game for the Lady Cats, and they're looking to get her the ball. You mentioned the size disadvantage earlier against Muse. It's even bigger now against Selena Martin. Clardy driving down the left side. Easy layup. That's 15 points now for the freshman. She has half of Conway's offense.
Yeah, and averaging just 20 per game. She's due for a really big night in the second half.
Yeah, last week, last home game we had, she was 20 on the season, and I think she had, in conference play, dialed it up even more. I think it was like 27 in those conference games. She didn't have to put up as much on the road at Mount St. Mary this week. They had 3 Lady Cats in double figures in that game. Clardy had 16, Savannah Scott had 14, and T. Rector with 10. Savannah with another block. Jada Pickens picking it up and dishing it out to Clardy. 3 no good. Lady Cats can't come down with the long rebound. Bryant basketball. Kind of getting trapped by their own players a little bit. Jada Pickens, who else getting the steal? Pass from the floor to Lydia York. Pass intercepted. And Lydia is going to get called for the foul. Her first.
There on that possession, Levi, Lydia York controls the entire floor. She's going after the loose ball, and then she's chasing down the ball. And even though the pass is intercepted, she's fighting to get it right back. Another great leader on the floor for the Lady Cats.
Little defensive lapse from the Lady Cats on the other end. Easy basket by Muse. 30-16. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Seems like the Lady Cats wanting to find ways to get it to Savannah Scott. T. Rector, the long 3, no good. Lydia York pulls in the rebound and draws the foul out on the perimeter. That is team foul number 5 for Bryant.
You're right about Scott, Levi. The biggest threat down low, and Conway understands that. You see that with Bryant. You'll see it here on the next play here. They're going to start doubling up on Scott. They basically have her just handcuffed down there, just trying to get rid of any opportunities. But guess what? Conway has a Chloe Clardy.
It's called that inside-out game, right? They feed it to Scott. She feeds a nice pass right back to Clardy for the easy 3. 18 now for the freshman. Jada Pickens getting her hand on the ball. So nice to have her back at the top of that 1-3-1. Cross-court pass. Hughes on the right side. Long three is good. 33-19. Minute left to play. A lazy pass there from York to Clardy. Almost a turnover. Lady Cats will retain possession. Got a lot happening tonight. Courtside Cats here. Rival Bryant. Got a special announcement at halftime of the boys game regarding the Conway Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame, their second class. We're going to have some of those inductees throughout the night with interviews. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Clardy trying to make something on her own. Gets her own rebound and the foul. She'll go to the line 4-2. A lot going on tonight.
It's a big night here in Conway.
Got 2 interviews. And I think, so one's a coach and one's a player. And if my math is correct, the coach coached the player. We'll talk all about it when we get to those interviews. But excited to see the second class of the Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame, and excited for the work that David Grimes is doing with that. Can't wait to hear from some of these inductees tonight. Clardy now with 20. Lady Cats have a 35-19 lead. 30 seconds remaining. Good passing, but nothing to show for it for Bryant. Conway bringing it down, gonna pull up and set the half-court offense. Take the last shot. 15 seconds remaining. T. Rector fighting through a crowd there. That's gonna be foul number 7. She's gonna go to the free throw line for the 1-on-1. Looks like she might have bumped her knee a little bit trying to get through those Lady Hornets. That doesn't feel good.
No, it does
like
not.
The knee is the funny bone of the leg, right? Is that a thing? Kind of.
I guess so.
That's how I would describe it. Front end of the 1-on-1 is no good.
I feel like you're an expert on leg injuries.
Well.
I would refer to you as an expert.
Lydia York with the steal, 5 seconds, gets it to Clardy, to Pickens, puts up the 3, and no good. Well, as we go to halftime, the Lady Cats with a 35-19 lead over the Lady Hornets. We're going to take about a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with our first interview. Don't want to spoil it, but just stick around. About 5 minutes, we'll have our first Hall of Fame inductee interview coming up here on Conway Corp.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
My name is Reed Hughes, and I'm back with your Conway Sports Report. The Conway swim teams have continued to put on an impressive season so far. Both teams have added 2 more wins to their resume and placed second in the Little Rock Central meet. They travel Thursday to Cabot for another conference meet. Good luck, guys. Conway Wrestling has important conference meets coming up on February 15th. Wrestlers Nat Jelinek and his brother Isaiah have performed well so far, finishing 2nd and 3rd in their weight classes in their past meet. Conway Bowling has an upcoming conference match on February 4th. Good luck to the team. Girls basketball traveled to Mount St. Mary's Tuesday night. The girls went on to rout the Bells 77-44. They take on the Bryant Hornets Friday night. The boys took on the Catholic High Rockets on Tuesday. They narrowly escaped the Rockets, winning 45-42, and continue conference play against the Bryant Hornets. Good luck, men, and as always, go Cats.
We don't schedule the appointments, but we connect them. We don't read the x-rays, but we stream them. We don't handle the procedures, but we power them. Here's to running the things that make business run smoothly. Conway Corp. Always on.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Stapleton, and this is your Spotlight Report. Swim and dive season is in full swing in Conway. Our boys and girls team are doing great this season. They got second in their last meet at Central and have been scoring really high on all their other ones. Between both the girls and boys team, we are losing 11 seniors. Senior Emily Holman said that the thing that she is going to miss most about swimming at Conway is traveling with the team to away meets and cheering on her teammates. The seniors have had such an impact on the swim and dive team. They're going to be greatly missed next year. Ty Wingfield is a swimmer that committed to Auburn University a few months back. I asked Ty what made him choose Auburn, and he said he chose Auburn because it fit his degree needs and he loves the community that surrounds the university. He swims the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter freestyle individual events. I asked him his favorite part about swim, and he said his teammates and the memories he shares with them. The swim and dive team had a meet last night in Cabot, so congratulate them on all their achievements. Good luck on the rest of the season, and go Cats!
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp. Always on.
Halftime at Buzz Bowling Arena here in Conway, where the Lady Cats lead 35-19 over the Lady Hornets of Bryant. Joining us now is Wampus Cats Sports Hall of Fame inductee Coach Joe Graham. Joe was a basketball coach here from 1972 through 2000. Coach, congratulations, by the way. What does it mean for you to be named to the Wampus Cat Hall of Fame?
Well, it's quite an honor, you know, to be recognized with all the people that were inducted last year was during the first year, and some of the names that were nominated. You know, there's so many names that are so deserving of this, and I'm sure most of the others will be inducted in years to come. You know, but it's really a great honor.
Coach, what a legacy that you had here at Conway. Your team's won 489 games. You led a team to an undefeated 36-win season and the overall championship in 1976. Tons of highlights to choose from. What are some of your favorite memories from your coaching career as a Wampus Cat?
Well, you know, the best season we had was the undefeated season in 1976, but the year before that, we got to the finals and got beat. And but as the years went on, we had a lot of conference championships and things like that. I had some great players here at Conway, and we had such good following from the fans of Conway, just like they do today. And so, it's hard to kind of pinpoint any of them, but that 76 team that went 36-0 was anybody would have to pick that one,
Coach, we were talking about it during the break. The 70s were such a successful time for the Conway basketball program. What was a Conway high school basketball game like back then?
Well, as I was talking to you earlier before we came on, we played in the old gym over here, and it was much smaller than this, and the atmosphere was really, you really couldn't, on the bench. When I was talking to players, timeouts and stuff, you just had to holler at them. It was so, but we had such good players during that time. Coach Taylor before me, he won 2 straight state championships, and then I came in, and we still had great talent, and we were able to carry it on. So it was really great. I know we would many times have to turn a lot of people away during those times. We just had some phenomenal basketball players come through Conway then.
Coach, you coached a lot of different student athletes over the years. What are some of the relationships that really stand out to you that you made during your time as a coach?
Well, there were just so many of them. I remember a few years ago, our mayor, Tab Townsell, he was my basketball manager, and my dentist, Jimmy Flanagan, played on the golf team, and I coached the golf team also. And several other people in Conway were that professionals that had come through, and then I had a lot of players go on and have some good careers, and it's really nice. This induction time that we're having this March, 2 of my players are going in along with me. So, and then 1 last year in Lawson Pilgrim. So, I guess that's some of the top ones,
Well, it's such a great legacy. Congratulations, Coach Joe Graham. Thank you for your time. One of the newest inductees to the Wampus Cats Sport Hall of Fame. Coming up next, the second half of tonight's game between the Lady Cats and the Lady Hornets. This is Conway Lady Cats basketball on Conway Core.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
And we're back for the second half of action between your Lady Cats and the Lady Hornets of Bryant. Conway with a 35-19 lead after the first half. Mark, I don't know if you probably didn't get a chance to look at the stats too closely during halftime because you were doing a great interview with Coach Joe Graham. Chloe Clardy with the quick score. Easy bucket on the left side, adding to her totals, now 22 on the night.
Talking about the Lady Cats, of course, Chloe Clardy leading the way for Conway in the first half. 20 points, including 4 3-pointers made. Savannah Scott contributing 6 points. Jada Pickens in her first game back, like we talked about, contributing 5. 2 points apiece for T. Rector and Haley Malcolm for the Lady Cats, building that 35-19 lead going into the break.
Lady Hornets trying to get something going. Another 3-point attempt here, and this one is true from Tiara Trotter.
Trotter had 5 points in the first half for Bryant. She makes her way up to 8. And the comeback starts now for the Lady Hornets, trying to kind of find their identity a little bit in the first half. And I think after halftime, Coach Matthews is going to have the game plan drawn up on just how to attack this Lady Cats offense and defense tonight.
Chloe Clardy, another 3-point attempt. It's good, 25 points. Coach Matthews going to call a timeout here. 25 points for the freshman. They're going to call a full timeout here. We'll just take a 30-second break and be back here on Conway Court.
Centennial Bank builds relationships. That's why our bankers roll up their sleeves to support Conway and Faulkner County. They are folks you know and value. for mortgages, business loans, and all your personal banking needs. Community involvement and exceptional service from people you know. That's the Centennial Bank way. Centennial Bank's legacy started right here in Conway and is still growing. Centennial Bank, building legacies, one relationship at a time.
Lady Cats up 42-22. Quick three-pointer from Chloe Clardy. She also had a layup early here to start the third quarter. So quick 5 points from Conway. Bryant taking another timeout, trying to regroup. What do you do? What do you do, Mark?
Well, I was going back and looking at the first half stats, Levi, and the turnover battle is absolutely something to consider. Just 9 turnovers for the Lady Cats opposed to 19 for the Bryant Lady Hornets. And another stat I was really looking at is really just second chance points here. Bryant has shot a lot of shots tonight, but only 4 offensive rebounds. Each team with 18 in the first half, but those offensive rebounds, not being able to get those second chance points, have really hindered Bryant so far.
Yeah, and turnover number 20 for the Lady Hornets is Chloe Clardy puts up another three-point attempt. No good. Bryant with the rebound. 2-on-1, Clardy defending. And Bryant is going to convert on that one. Tiara Trotter now with 10 points. Only Lady Hornet in double figures tonight. Clardy long jumper. Finding nothing, going out of bounds. That 20 turnovers now for the Hornets. The Lady Cats on average force 22 turnovers a game. So it looks like they're going to get well beyond that average here tonight.
Conway sees Kalena King come in off the bench while we had a break in play there.
Second time she's seen some action tonight for these Lady Cats. Lady Cats have switched to a man defense. Trotter finding a lane on the left side. Now has 12. Lead back to 14. Cross-court pass intercepted by the Lady Hornets. Selena Martin trying to take it all the way down. She pulls out. India Atkins taking it in. She is fouled. She will go to the free throw line. Atkins coming off a big game against North Little Rock. She had 17 points, including the decisive three-pointer in overtime. We mentioned this in the first half, but that snapped a 15-year, 23-game losing streak that Bryant had to North Little Rock.
Man, Levi, that had to feel good.
Had to feel good and had to give you some confidence coming into a tough Buzz Bowling arena against the second-ranked team in the 6A Central, number 4 overall in the 6A. So you look at these standings, Bryant's just right behind these Lady Cats. A win tonight would put them in that second seed in the playoff seedings.
Absolutely, a lot riding on this game here. And Bryant's already come out as a much different team just in the second half here, kind of finding its identity a little bit like we talked about and gaining a little bit of momentum. A little scrappy on defense there. They're finally figuring out how to put the puzzle together.
Getting back quickly in transition, but cannot convert. That would have cut the lead to 10. That's a tough one to leave on the floor. Chloe Clardy trying to do it herself on the other end. No good. Lady Hornets in transition again. This pass tipped by Lydia York. Goes out of bounds. The lead now down to 12. It's the closest it's been for what seems like quite a while now.
Paris Atkins is down there trying to put the team on her back for Bryant. You can see her chasing that last possession down coast to coast and keeping the ball for Bryant as they look to try to disassemble this Lady Cats offense.
Another transition bucket for the Lady Cats, this time to Jada Pickens. 42 points now for the Lady Cats. Three-point attempt on the other end, no good. Jada Pickens in transition again. She's going to slow things up here. Finds Clardy out on the left side. Clardy driving in. Ball goes off of her left foot and out of bounds. Bryant basketball. If you were tuned in at halftime, you got to hear Mark interview Coach Joe Graham Had a very storied career with the Wampus Cats from 1972 all the way to 2000. Such a cool opportunity to get to interview him. We'll have one of his former players between the Lady Cat and Wampus Cat games in just a little bit.
And a great choice for the Wampus Cat inductee for the Hall of Fame. Great choice and just a great leader for this program, and have to think he probably helped set some of the wheels in motion that still keep turning today.
Yeah, it's so cool to research on him because, you know, he left way before I came around to Conway and started covering sports here, as a first free throw attempt for Jada Pickens. It's off the front end of the rim. But just seeing, you know, I think Conway won their first championship in 73, and then they repeated in 74, and then he took over, I think, in 75, and they won again in 76 for their third championship, and then won the overall championship that year, which is such a cool thing. I wish they still did that now. I know Jeff and I have talked about that a lot throughout the years. And then it was a pretty long drought until 2010, the Wampus Cats, the last time they won a state championship. But it was cool researching all that and getting to learn some of the history of Conway Wampus Cat basketball.
Yeah, what a great success this program has been over the past few decades here in Faulkner County.
Savannah Scott.
I don't think she could believe what she just did there.
Well, she made an incredible defensive play, stuffing the Bryant. I don't know who was trying to put the shot up because I was so mesmerized by Savannah Scott. But then she tries to get the pass out, and it goes out of bounds. So great play, and then a turnover. Muse with the quick jumper on the left side, no good. In transition, Clardy out to Pickens for the easy layup. 45-28, the lead extends again.
As a reminder, all Conway home conference games are live this season, and playbacks through the week on Channel 5 and 585, also on YouTube at Conway Corporation Channel 5. And if you're watching us live tonight, engage with us on Twitter at 5Sports Live, and engage with us on Facebook at 5Sports. Love to hear the comments that you have for tonight's broadcast and for tonight's games.
Yeah, we always love it when all of our Conway fans are out there tweeting at us, and the YouTube chat gets fun from time to time. So we'll love to hear from all of you tonight.
And of course, we know that you're watching now, but tell your friends we're online at conwaycore.com/WC2go.
Bryant trying to get something going again here. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Atkins driving on the right side. She's going to be fouled. It's a third foul on Savannah Scott. Atkins' first attempt is good. Coach is going to send King back in for Savannah Scott. Scott's going to sit down with 3 fouls.
Now here's your opportunity whenever you're Bryant. This is your opportunity.
Yeah,
the window is open and you've got to jump out.
That's right. Excuse me, it wasn't King coming in. It was Malcolm coming in for Savannah Scott. The lead cut down to 15. See what these Lady Cats have up their sleeves. Just give it to Clardy. That's always a good strategy. Passes off to Malcolm. Back to Clardy. She finds T. Rector on the left side. Hands off to King. Cross-court pass. Tipped. Clardy's able to get it. She throws it off of Taylor. The Lady Cats will reset and inbound off the baseline. King with a three-point attempt off the back of the rim, and Bryant pulls it down. In transition, T. Rector trying to get her hand on it. Can't quite. Deflected, and Atkins with the easy left layup there. Lead back down to 13.
Lady Cats kind of coasting a little bit. They know time is on their side here as we near the late part of the third quarter. Game is slowed down considerably with multiple trips to the free throw line here in the third.
Chloe Clardy forcing the action, the left side of the lane. She almost gets that to drop off the left hand. She'll go to the free throw line 4-2. First one is no good. Clardy, a 76.1% free throw shooter. She gets the second one to drop. You could tell because you could hear the courtside cats.
That's right.
I love it when the courtside cats are here. I always get so bummed out when they aren't able to be here for a night because it just adds so much to the atmosphere. Bryant still trying to find something. Atkins driving in the lane, dishes back out to Muse. Long two-point attempt is no good, and King pulls down the rebound, finds an outlet to Rector. Rector tries to get it to Clardy. Clardy comes up with it. And they're going to say she was fouled before she got the shot up. That is the third team foul against Bryant. Minute 36 left to go here in the third quarter. Lady Cats up 46-32. Got a Lady Hornet having to tie her sneaker out there. Clardy stepping back, gonna get the offense set up. Looks like the Lady Cats are just gonna clear out. She's able to draw another foul. This one off Atkins. That will be her fourth. Atkins with 8 points for the Lady Hornets, and she is going to have to sit down for a little bit.
She'll be replaced by Paris Atkins coming in. That's a tough blow for Bryant there. Trailing by 14 late here in the third.
Inbound out to Clardy. Puts the three up just off the rim, and Bryant in transition. Deep three from Alexis Taylor on the left side. It is good.
Really good look there by Taylor.
The lead is now cut down to 11. T. Rector driving on the left side. She's able to get the shot up. Does not go down, but she is going to go to the free throw line for two. 5 team fouls against Bryant. Looks like the Lady Cats are going to have a lot of opportunities at the free throw line throughout the rest of this game. As Tawana Rector hits the first one. Second attempt, slides off the rim, no good. Bryant trying to get the ball in motion. Muse with a long three-point attempt, no good. Clardy pulling down the rebound, and she's going to draw another foul. Coach Matthews just can't quite believe it. So 6 team fouls now for the Lady Hornets. The next one will send Conway to the free throw line for the rest of the night. 30 seconds to play.
Lady Hornets tightening up down low on defense, wanting to make sure Conway can't attack the glass.
We're going to get a 5-second violation called against Conway. So nice break here for Bryant. Deep three up, no good. Haley Malcolm pulling it down. Clardy bringing it down the court. Quick little jumper on the right side. It bounces around the rim. It is good. 28 points now for the freshman as the third quarter comes to an end. That lead back out to 14, 49-35 for your Lady Cats. 60-second break, and we'll be back with the final quarter here on Conway Corp.
Hey, welcome to David's. I'm Alan Bubbas, and this is my father, David Bubbas. We want to welcome you in to try our great beef, grade A choice chuck that you can see in display, all you can eat fries, and a little ice cream at the end. Come experience some of the cutest kids. Bring your cute kids too. We'd love to serve you. At David's Burgers, we're proud supporters of the Call in Arkansas.
And you can find out more online about ways to get involved.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
And we're back for the fourth quarter here as the Lady Cats hold a 49-35 lead over rival Bryant. Bryant sits right behind the Lady Cats in the 6A Central standings. Of course, Conway 5-1. Bryant is 4-2 in conference play, so need a big win tonight over Conway to sneak up to that 2 seed. Conway with a 14-point lead. Any stats stick out to you from that third quarter?
Well, you know, Levi, Bryant kind of caught Conway sleeping a little bit there in the third quarter. Conway didn't take as many shots, not as many offensive opportunity. Kind of dropped its percentage a little bit. Bryant able to mount a small comeback, if you will, outscoring the Lady Cats 16-14 in the third. But they're still climbing up that hill over the game's last 8 minutes.
Yeah, Muse hits a deep three for Bryant. The lead back down to 11. Savannah Scott back on the floor for the Lady Cats. Chloe Clardy on the left baseline, able to sneak in and get the ball up. She's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Mentioned earlier, Chloe, a 75% free throw shooter on the year.
Shooting 75% so far tonight. She's 3 of 4 as she awaits her first attempt here.
First attempt is good. That puts Conway over the 50-point mark. And that's 29 points for the freshman. See if she gets number 30 right here. Little short. She gets her own rebound. Shot attempt is blocked. Going to go out of bounds. Conway will retain possession. Chloe passed the 400-point mark of her Lady Cat career on Tuesday at Mount St. Mary. First of many more hundreds to come. Nice inbound pass to Jada Pickens, but the shot does not go through. Bryant in transition, and T. Rector knocks it out of bounds. Yeah, already 400 points for the freshman.
Like Levi, it's impressive. It's the first of many years of accomplishments. And like I said, hey, she'll be here 3 more years in a Wampus Cat uniform, and you can't really find anything negative about that. What a great addition to this program. And like you said, may end up on the Mount Rushmore of Lady Cats.
Well, you got to believe she's easily going to get past 500 the rest of this season, I would think. She's got 29 points here tonight. And, of course, another slate of 7 conference games after tonight. As T. Rector gets ready to go to the free throw line. So if you can average over 500 points a season, that's over 2,000 points for your career. That's insane.
And while we're talking about Chloe Clardy, of course, I know her brother pretty well from the time at National Park College. So I texted Terry this week, and I said, hey, I'm going to cover the Conway game on Friday. Tell me about your sister. And I'm going to protect myself here because I'm just going to read it verbatim word for word. But Terry says, her favorite player is KD. She wants to go to UConn. She's a sore loser and likes to win at everything. And I thought, yep, brother and sister.
Right? Siblings know. Siblings, they know what's up. They know who's the sore loser and who isn't. That's great. Right from the brother himself, Terry Clardy, talking about his sister. I did learn that she likes KD because Chloe got a full court award this week from Channel 7 and Steve Sullivan. She's not the only one to get awards from Steve Sullivan, Mark Oliver.
It's an exclusive club.
Right, it is. But I watched the video this week, and she mentioned that she has a cat named Kitty Durant, or KD. She calls him KD. It's Kitty Durant is her cat's name. I thought that was just fabulous.
You can tell that she kind of models her game after Kevin Durant as well. There's a lot of similarities there.
Savannah Scott saying, get out of here. She has the long transition pass to Clardy. Little pull-up J. It bounces around the rim and is good. That's going to put her over the 30-point mark. 31 points now for the freshman. 6 minutes to go. Lead back out to 13. Let's take a 60-second break here on Conway Court. Back with the fourth quarter after this.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
Six minutes left to go in this one. Will we see the Bryant Lady Hornets put back a comeback of sorts here in the fourth quarter, or will this Lady Cat defense hold true? 54-41 is the score. Bryant's gotten a little bit hotter from the three-point line here in the second half. Hughes trying to take a tough pass in, and going to be a jump ball. Who else? Jada Pickens. The fastest hands in the 6A Central.
I'm telling you, if you blink, you'll miss her doing something great. Yeah, Bryant not ready to lay down in this one here. Of course, they knew coming in this was going to be a tough matchup and a tough place to play, but I think that their play really speaks for themselves. It's a very talented team. The big win over North Little Rock. Even if they don't get the W tonight, this is a message out to the rest of the conference and really to the Class 6A in general that Conway against other opponents in this conference, it'd be much more lopsided than this. I think Bryant's way to stick with them and really the way that they've come alive in the second half, I think it speaks volumes to the kind of talent this team has and what they will be as they get closer to postseason play.
Jada Pickens yet again getting her hands in there and making a mess. She almost pulled another turnover away. Savannah Scott came back in, now coming back out. I think they're trying to save her just for the offensive possessions. Being smart with her, she still has 3 fouls. Conway defense not relenting, still playing very tight here in the fourth quarter. Trotter gets a three-pointer up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ivory Russ. She is fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go to the line 4-2. First one off the back of the rim, no good.
Lady Hornets are 7 of 9 from the charity stripe so far tonight. Kind of trying to utilize that to bounce back into things here. Time is not on their side, though, here late in the fourth.
Well, she misses both. Rebound to Bryant. Savannah Scott thought she got all ball. Well, they're going to call the foul on Chloe Clardy, so it must have been a reach in. Savannah Scott breathing a sigh of relief as she has 3 fouls. Clardy now with 3 as well. If it weren't for the free throw line, this score would be a lot more lopsided. Bryant has found some refuge there tonight.
Trotter's first free throw attempt of the night. She makes the first, misses the second. Cutting the lead to 12.
Clardy pulls down the rebound. Finds York on the left side. Three-point attempt is up. No good. It's been a rough night shooting for Lydia. She's been playing well on the defensive side of the ball. Trotter forcing the issue on the other end, and she's going to be fouled.
Jada Pickens is going to pick up her 3rd personal foul.
16 fouls for Conway, so both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Trotter off the inbound
Savannah Scott's down, Levi. She's hurt.
Yeah, Savannah Scott trying to pull the rebound down and lands awkwardly on her right leg. We're going to go ahead and take a break here as they try and get that sorted out on the floor. 54-44, the lead cut to 10. We'll take a 60-second break and be back here on Conway Corp.
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp, always on.
DeBoard Electronics has a new location on 650 Dave Ward Drive, just west of the overpass. DeBoard Electronics has been a trusted name for over 60 years. They offer the most state-of-the-art options for the home theater, outdoor living, and home automation. The certified technicians will provide complete design and installation on mobile systems for your vehicle, golf cart, even your boat. Cutting-edge products with guaranteed installation experts. DeBoard Electronics on 650 Dave Ward Drive, just west of the overpass.
During the break, Savannah Scott was able to get up off the court. She was grabbing her right ankle, and she's able to put a little bit of weight on it, not much. She's still making her way off. It's a big blow for this Conway team that's already been riddled with injuries throughout the season. Of course, Jaden Thomas, the very talented sophomore, hasn't played any conference time this year. Jada Pickens just coming back from injury. We'll have to see what awaits Savannah Scott, as it looks like pretty severe sprain to her right ankle. So Lady Cats will have to hold on to this 10-point lead in the final 4 minutes without the talented post freshman. Chloe Clardy on the right side trying to force something. No good. Bryant's ball. Jada Pickens. Getting a little handsy there. No call.
She's hungry, Levi. She wants that ball back, you know, despite the lead. And that's the sign of a really great defensive leader, and that kind of ability is contagious.
Chloe Clardy with the reach in there. You can see Coach Hutchcraft telling her team to calm down. No reason to force the issue like that, as it's just going to send Bryant to the free throw line. Muse's first attempt is up and rattles around and good.
Yeah, Levi, you're right. 3:46 remaining. There's still a lot of time left in this game, especially now that Bryant has cut it to single digits. And those are two really big free throws right there.
Yeah, lead now down to 8. 3:40 to go here in the game. A solid hold of that 2 seed on the line. Jada Pickens forcing the issue. She gets the shot up. No good, no foul called. She's slow to get up. Coach Hutchcraft wanting a call there. Time for the defense to step up. They're going to call Muse with a moving screen at the top of the key. Offensive foul, going to send the ball back to Conway. It's a big break for these Lady Cats.
That's huge because Tiara Trotter was on her way to the basket.
The Lady Cats have struggled a bit offensively here and lose their freshman center to an injury. Needed something good to happen. We'll see. Running that motion offense, trying to run as much time off the clock as possible. Lydia York gets pushed to the ground. No call.
Starting to get very physical out here. Bryant with all the momentum right now.
Jada Pickens with a strong move in the lane. She found an opening. She draws the contact, gets the bucket to go, and she'll go to the line for the three-point play. Lead back out to double digits.
That's a huge bucket right there.
They're running their little motion offense, kind of luring Bryant out to the perimeter. The free throw is good for Jada. She just found enough of a seam. She's so quick. We talk about her quick hands on defense. She's quick on offense as well.
Hey, 13 points back in her return for the Lady Cats. Not a bad night for Pickens.
Yeah, she averaged 11 points a game on the year. So nice big return for her. On the opposite end, Lydia York getting called for her second foul is going to send Bryant back to the free throw line. Sophomore Paris Atkins hits her first attempt. It's not an easy place for a sophomore to come in and knock down some free throws. Second one is short. Conway trying to crash in. Lydia York coming up with the ball. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession will stay with Conway. Lydia York, we mentioned she's struggled a little bit from the three-point line tonight, but has made up for it with her defensive effort. 2:25 remaining. Chloe Clardy driving in. She's going to get the shot up and the foul.
Tons of running room there.
You made the comparison earlier about how she really likes Kevin Durant and likes that style, and she kind of, the way she moves on the floor, obviously she's not near as tall, but she does have a lot of length, kind of a similar comparison. The way she can draw that contact in and then still get that ball off, it's something to see.
Yeah, really high basketball IQ out of Chloe Clardy.
Her first free throw attempt is good. Second good as well. 33 points for the freshman. Lead back out to 12. Atkins driving in the lane, can't get it to go. Lady Cats 2 on 0. Chloe Clardy's going to get 35.
There were 3 young women that hit the floor there just on that drive alone. It's getting really physical out there, Levi, as we enter the final 2 minutes of tonight's game.
Well, if it's going to turn into a physical game, I like those odds for Conway. T. Rector smartly pulls the ball up, decides not to shoot. Try and run some more time off. Got the 14-point lead. Things got tight in the third quarter. Got down to 8 points here in the fourth quarter, but with 93 seconds remaining, that lead back out to 14.
May have been like one droplet of sweat that started hitting here in the fourth, and now that's gone.
They just wiped it off and went on their way.
You know, it's a tough situation for Bryant because they're nearing the point where they must force the fouls, and Conway has really kind of stepped up here at the free throw line right when it matters most.
Yeah, Jada Pickens with her 13th point of the night. Mention the standings. Northside, the clear favorite right now, 6-0. We'll see what happens for them tonight. I have to look and see who they're playing, but you expect them to move to 7-0 on the night. Conway at 5-1. Cabot and Bryant both behind them at 4-2, but Bryant lost to Cabot. Conway has beat Cabot. 3-point attempt there from Alexis Taylor brings this back down to a 13-point lead. But with the win here tonight, Conway really creates some nice distance between them and Bryant, and then just having the win over Bryant and Cabot as well, those tiebreaker scenarios.
Of course, a big game, like we said, you know, Northside is playing Southside tonight, where Northside would be favored in that game. So very important for Conway to come in at home, get the job done, and leave with the win. And as you look ahead to the next few games that Conway has, they'll be taking on Southside on the road on Friday, February 7th. And then on the 11th, we're going to talk about that flip a little bit like we talked about. North Little Rock's coming to Conway. On the 14th, Cabot's coming to Conway. Those are big games. So getting ready, getting prepared, and of course, hopefully the injury to Savannah Scott not very severe, where she can be a part of some really critical games.
You mentioned North Little Rock, Cabot, and then after that, it's Northside coming to town. So you've got the biggest run of games ahead of you, and they're all going to be here at Buzz Bowling Arena. No excuse not to come out and watch these Lady Cats. They're moving to 6-1 in 6A Central play, 17-4 overall, led tonight by the freshman Chloe Clardy with 35 points and an impressive 15-point performance by the senior Jada Pickens coming back off of injury. 63-50, the Lady Cats win over the Lady Hornets tonight. We are going to take a break and reset. We'll have another Hall of Fame inductee interview with you between games. So in about 5 to 7 minutes, we'll have another one of those interviews. You don't want to miss it. Plus, Wampus Cats and Hornet basketball still to come right here on Conway Corp. We're going to take a break. It's the Conway Regional. Well, it's not the halftime show, but I don't know what this show is. It's not the halftime show. It's the between game show.
The sports beat?
Not the sports beat. Right here on Conway Corp.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
My name is Reed Hughes, and I'm back with your Conway Sports Report. The Conway swim teams have continued to put on an impressive season so far. Both teams have added 2 more wins to their resume and placed second in the Little Rock Central meet. They travel Thursday to Cabot for another conference meet. Good luck, guys. Conway Wrestling has important conference meets coming up on February 15th. Wrestlers Nat Jelinek and his brother Isaiah have performed well so far, finishing second and third in their weight classes in their past meet. Conway Bowling has an upcoming conference match on February 4th. Good luck to the team. Girls basketball traveled to Mount St. Mary's Tuesday night. The girls went on to rout the Bells 77-44. They take on the Bryant Hornets Friday night. The boys took on the Catholic High Rockets on Tuesday. They narrowly escaped the Rockets, winning 45-42, and continue conference play against the Bryant Hornets. Good luck, men, and as always, go Cats.
We don't schedule the appointments, but we connect them. We don't read the x-rays, but we stream them. We don't handle the procedures, but we power them. Here's to running the things that make business run smoothly. Conway Corp. Always on.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Stapleton, and this is your Spotlight Report. Swim and dive season is in full swing in Conway. Our boys and girls team are doing great this season. They got second in their last meet at Central and have been scoring really high on all their other ones. Between both the girls and boys team, we are losing 11 seniors. Senior Emily Holman said that the thing that she is going to miss most about swimming at Conway is traveling with the team to away meets and cheering on her teammates. The seniors have had such an impact on the swim and dive team. They're going to be greatly missed next year. Ty Wingfield is a swimmer that committed to Auburn University a few months back. I asked Ty what made him choose Auburn, and he said he chose Auburn because it fit his degree needs and he loves the community that surrounds the university. He swims the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter freestyle individual events. I asked him his favorite part about swim, and he said his teammates and the memories he shares with them. The swim and dive team had a meet last night in Cabot, so congratulate them on all their achievements. Good luck on the rest of the season, and go Cats!
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp. Always on.
And we're between games here at Buzz Bowling Arena. Your Lady Cats just picked up a conference win against the Lady Hornets, and just a few minutes away from the Wampus Cats taking on Bryant. But first, we're going to have another Hall of Fame inductee interview, this time with Austin Sullivan. Austin was a part of the class of 1976 and just a part of some really great years for Conway basketball. We'll talk about some of that in a minute, but Austin, first, what does it mean for you to be inducted in this second class here?
Oh, it's a wonderful honor to be just inducted into just a special class. Last year was the inaugural class, and two of my teammates, Lawson Pilgrim and Marvin Delph, were inducted. And this year, when they told me that I was going to be an inductee in the second class, I was speechless.
Yeah.
And people who know me know that I'm never at a loss for words.
Yeah, well, it's a great honor, and you mentioned Marvin Delph and your other teammate from a year ago. Doing my research, I saw that Conway won its first championship in '73, and then repeated in '74. And you got to be a part of that '74 team as a sophomore, and then you were in the finals again in '75, right? But couldn't quite win. You guys win again in '76, and are the overall champions in '76. What were the teams like during that historic run?
Basketball then, we didn't have the three-point shot, so the object was to get as good a shot as you could. So when we came down on a 3-on-1, you automatically filled the lanes and got the layup. As where today, you come down 3-on-1, two guys fly out to the three-point line. And the game was, whether people believe it or not, was a lot more physical because there wasn't as much people spread out with three-pointers.
Yeah.
One of the things, though, the guys that I played with in high school, through my senior year, we started playing together like in the first and second grade.
Wow.
And all of us lived in the Pine Street community within blocks of each other.
Yeah.
So, I knew we stayed at each other's houses and we hung out together, and we, I knew these guys as well as, I knew myself.
Yeah, Conway was a much smaller place back then.
Much smaller.
Yeah, than it is now. Another special part of that '76 season, we mentioned it, is that you were the overall champions as well. A lot of people may not even know that used to happen in Arkansas, having an overall championship tournament after the different classifications. What was that experience like?
Well, I was fortunate. After my sophomore year, we played Fort Smith Northside in the overall championship in Barton Coliseum, and we lost to Ron Brewer's team, 37-32.
Wow.
It was a high-scoring game, as you can see. And at that time, it was the largest crowd that ever seen a basketball game in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Then my senior year, after winning the state, we played in the overall, and we had to play 4 games to win it. We played at that time we were AAA. We played the 4A champ, which was El Dorado. We played Monticello, who were a AA team, and then in the finals we played Holly Grove, which was an A team. So Class A team, they had Wally Love, who ended up going to UCA. So being undefeated, we ended up having to play 3 games to win it.
Yeah.
But we were blessed because the overall championship, as well as the state championship, was at University of Central Arkansas.
A little bit of an advantage there.
Yes.
I see how that goes. We got to talk with Coach Graham at halftime of the girls' game. He's also a part of this Hall of Fame class this year, and he was your coach in 1976. What was that relationship like?
Well, Coach Graham was my coach when I was a 9th grader at the junior high, and he was probably only about 7 or 8 years older than us. So he was more like one of us than he was as a coach. But he was great to play for because he was young, he was right out of college, and he understood us.
Yeah.
And all of my times with Coach Graham was just, even today, we're still good friends, and I really appreciate what he taught me as a person as well as a basketball player.
That's awesome. And you went on to play at Hendrix after. You're in their Hall of Honor as well. So another nice recognition for you to be in part of the second class of the Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame. Austin, thanks for your time tonight, and it was a real pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the start of the boys' game here as the Wampus Cats get ready to take on Bryant. Back with more on Conway Court. And we are back at Buzz Bowling Arena. Man, it's been a packed night. We've had great Lady Cat game. They got a win over Bryant. We've had some fun interviews between halftime and now between this game, talking to some of these Hall of Fame inductees, the second class of the Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame. And now we get ready for what's going to be another great game tonight between your Wampus Cats and the Bryant Hornets. Conway coming in, and Bryant as well, both 3-3 in the 6A Central. So you've got North Little Rock at the top of the class. They're 6-0. Northside is 5-1, and then you've got the four remaining teams, the four other seeds left, all at 3-3. Cabot, Bryant, Conway, and Little Rock Central. So this game truly couldn't be bigger tonight for these Wampus Cats when it comes to those playoff seeding implications, when you're looking at that 3 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, and even could be the 6 seed depending on how tonight goes. And then we flip it and play the second half of the 6A Central schedule. We're getting ready for the starting lineups tonight. Starting things off for Bryant. Number 1, senior Traylon Payne. Number 4, senior point guard Arlen Jenkins. Number 11, sophomore shooting guard Kaysen Robinson. If that name sounds familiar to you, he's the younger brother of KK Robinson, who transferred to a prep school before the start of this season, thankfully for Conway fans. Number 20, Aiden Adams, junior guard. And rounding out the lineup for Bryant at center, number 32, junior Will Diggins. So no Cameron Hunter in the lineup today. He was suspended indefinitely before the North Little Rock game on Tuesday. And doesn't look like he is even on the bench tonight, so might be another break for your Conway Wampus Cats.
Yeah, like you said, Levi, big game coming into tonight. It's up for grabs. You know, all four tied with a 3-3 record coming in, and you know they're all chasing North Little Rock and Northside. Don't get me wrong, but even more important are those 3 and 4 seeds. If they can't get the 1 and 2 seeds, putting them in a very good playoff position theoretically on paper.
Yeah, definitely. Starting lineup for your Conway Wampus Cats: number 1, Caleb London. Number 2, senior point guard Trey Tull. Number 5, another senior guard, Chase Boyd. And another senior guard, number 10, Lucas Foster. This team very guard heavy. And your lone center, lone post player, number 25, junior Jaden Williams. You mentioned it, those 4 teams all stuck at 3-3. A lot on the line tonight. Bryant, even without Cameron Hunter, Tuesday playing against North Little Rock, the top seed in the 6A Central. Somehow they were able, I don't know how they did it. They took that game to, I think, double overtime or something crazy like that, and almost knocked down the top-ranked team in the 6A Central. They're coming off that loss. They're without their leading scorer tonight in Cameron Hunter again. So a few breaks for this Conway team, but they'll have to produce. The last time Conway was at home, it was just a tough offensive game against the Central Tigers. They ended up losing that game. Then they go on the road Tuesday to Catholic and win a very close, low-scoring game by 3 points over the Rockets. Of course, those low-scoring games pretty common when you're playing against Catholic, the style of basketball they play. Bryant with the first offensive possession. A lot of ball movement for the Hornets. Kason Robinson drives to the lane, and it bounces around. No good.
Great rebound there by Jaden Williams, averaging 6.8 per game. You know, defensively for the Wampus Cats, I'm looking at Williams, looking to see, you know, if the team plays as he plays, I think he's going to be a big factor in stopping the Hornets here.
Caleb London forcing the issue on offense, stolen away, and then a easy transition basket on the other end by junior Will Diggins. Bryant with the 2-0 lead. Trey Toll in the left baseline corner is good from 3.
Good way to spark the offense for Conway. Got the student section into it here too.
And they're going to call a foul on Will Diggins off the ball after the shot. Chase Boyd knocking the ball off of Bryant player, as Conway will take possession here. Boyd trying to find London on the left side. Going to back out. London back out to Boyd. 3 at the top of the key. Hits the backboard, no good. Kason Robinson, 3 from the left side. Chase Boyd with the rebound. 1-on-1 in transition. Gets the shot off on the left side, no good, but cleaning it up. Jaden Williams with the putback.
What great court vision to see there. Kind of read the English off the basketball, coming off the backboard, able to put it in and help pad the lead to 3.
Then getting his hand in there defensively on the other end. Outlet pass to London on the left side. He goes up, avoids the contact, able to get the ball to go down, and no charge. 7-2 Conway.
Great start so far for the Wampus Cats in this one with 5:28 to play in the first.
Jaden Williams trying to move out in front. I'm going to call a blocking foul.
That's a tough break there for Williams. He's already got 2 fouls early in tonight's contest. He's going to have to take a seat here.
I've been waiting for something like that to happen to these Wampus Cats because they do not have depth down in the post. So the freshman coming in quickly for Conway, Kyler Spencer. And it's really just Kyler and Jaden down on that post. If Kyler gets in foul trouble, then you're going to see Conway move to a small set pretty quickly. Even smaller than they already run. Trying to find London down on the post. Get the feed in. They're going to call a reach in on Traylon Payne.
That'll be the first foul against Bryant in tonight's contest.
Inbound from the baseline. They're going to get Caleb London for an offensive foul off the ball. Cottrell Wallace checking in for Bryant. Cottrell, he's got a busy day ahead of him. He's more known for his prowess on the football field. Of course, Bryant, 2-time defending state champions. It just feels wrong to say that, but it's the truth. After this game tonight, he's going to be heading up to the Hill for an official visit at the U of A. So, busy day for Cottrell Wallace.
What an exciting time to be a student athlete, too. What a successful program, and it's what it might be to walk a day in his shoes, Levi.
And it's an official football visit, just to clarify. Kason Robinson with a quick putback shot. Lead cut down to 7 4. Almost midway through the first quarter. Trey Toll with the pull-up jumper on the right side, no good. Bryant down with the rebound.
Ever since Bryant moved into the zone there, you saw the Conway offense really just kind of collapse in on itself. Just a one-possession game here with 4 minutes to play in the first.
We've seen teams play a lot of zone against this Conway offense, and Central did it a week ago, and they couldn't quite shoot themselves out of it. It's kind of been the game plan for opposing defenses coming into Buzz Bowling Arena. Caleb London finds Spencer out for a deep 3 for the center. It's no good. Kaysen Robinson, nobody around him on the left side. This time he gets it to fall. And we have a tie game, 7-all.
5 consecutive points for the Bryant Hornets in this one, with 3:15 to play. Finally found the spark offensively.
Bryant switched to a man defense. Caleb London, the pull-up jumper. Can't find anything. Tyler Spencer tries to save it. Can't get there in time. We've seen stretches where Conway has struggled to put up big numbers offensively. They had a single-digit quarter a week ago against Central in the second quarter, and that just put them behind the 8 ball the whole rest of the way. So another low-scoring affair here in the first quarter for both teams.
And in addition to Bryant kind of finding its mojo offensively, you'll notice that they're rotating personnel in and out very frequently, throwing really fresh legs at the Wampus Cats here.
Jalen Montgomery got the feed down to Catrell Wallace, just couldn't convert. Caleb London, 3-point from the left corner, no good.
Good steal by Caleb London, setting up the offense here. Big breakdown low.
London with the steal, and then the beautiful outlet pass to Foster. Wow. Traylon Payne, deep 3-pointer. Has the answer. Bryant takes their first lead of the game.
90 seconds left in the first quarter here in Conway. And this is turning into quite the contest so far.
Conway trying to run through its offense. Having trouble finding options. Trey Toll trying to create on the right side. Outlet pass to Foster. And it's too much. Bryant on the other end, a near steal. A little out of control play from Devin Pitts, senior center. They're going to call Kyler Spencer for the foul.
That was a really good look by Pitts there. He knew that he was going to have a really tough shot at the basket anyway, but hey, why not draw a foul against one of Conway's big guys?
He muscled up for sure.
That one may matter as we get further into this game tonight.
First free throw attempt is short. A lot of new Wampus Cats checking in. Number 4, Paul Harris. Paul was not in action a week ago against Central. Good to see him back on the floor. Also, you got Jacoby Easley and Bryce Bohannon. This is the first time we've had a chance to see Bryce this year. He's been battling a leg injury all the way back to football season. Not sure if he got any action at Catholic on Tuesday, but great to have the junior back on the floor.
Yeah, let's see what he can come up with here at home. 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Conway content to set up their offense and maybe take the last shot here of the quarter. This Conway offense never in much of a rush. Kyler Spencer trying to work down in the lane.
Spencer has nowhere to go.
Coach Longing telling Bryce to back it up, and Junior finding Kyler Spencer back out to Bryce. Three-point attempt is going to be short. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Bryant Hornets with an 11-9 lead over Conway. Take a 60-second break and be back with the second quarter here on Conway Corp.
Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
DeBoard Electronics, a trusted name since 1952, is located at 650 Dave Ward Drive, 2 miles west of I-40. DeBoard Electronics offers state-of-the-art options to customize your Yamaha golf cart or your Polaris side-by-side and even your boat. With cutting-edge products, you will look good and sound good when you're cruising the water. So enjoy your time on the lake listening to your favorite tunes thanks to DeBoard Electronics, 650 Dave Ward Drive in Conway.
After a quarter of play, your Conway Wampus Cats trail 11-9 against Bryant. Back here at Buzz Bowling Arena, we got a little bit of a YouTube comment coming in. Of course, it's our friend Cynthia Baker, who is of some relation to center Jaden Williams. She says, let's go Wampus Cats. We get to hear from Cynthia during football, and she's transitioned it to basketball now, too. So we appreciate Cynthia. We appreciate Trey Tull, who tries to get the deep jumper. Cannot go. Kyler Spencer tussling to the ground. With Cottrell Wallace, they're going to call a jump ball. Possession will remain with Bryant.
And just like Cynthia, you can get involved with the broadcast tonight, leaving a comment on YouTube, or if you're watching this live, you can engage with us on Twitter at 5 Sports Live or on Facebook at 5 Sports. We'd love to hear from you. So Levi, at the end of the first quarter, what I'm looking at here is, kind of a really evenly matched ball game here. Each team taking a similar amount of shots. Percentages are nearly the same here. Trey Tull with that three-pointer earlier in the first quarter, really helping get Conway energized and kind of back into things here against a Bryant team, which is kind of a little bit pesky here as we make our way into the second quarter.
Kason Robinson getting called for an over the back. Going to be Conway ball. Yeah, and this Bryant team playing without their best player, Cameron Hunter. The story was suspended indefinitely before the North Little Rock game on Tuesday. So this indefinitely was truly indefinitely because he's not back tonight. Jacoby Easley trying to get a deep three, will not go. Following back on defense. They're going to get Bryce Bohannon for the reach-in. Count the basket for Traylon Payne. The senior goes to the line for the three-point play, 13-9 now for Bryant.
5 points tonight for Payne as he heads to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And the biggest lead of the ball game for the Hornets is 4.
Jaden Williams checking back in for Kyler Spencer. Going to give the freshman a breather. Jaden got 2 quick fouls in the first quarter.
And his absence was felt immediately. As soon as he left the floor, the Conway offense just kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Kason Robinson short on the front end of that. Jaden Williams making an immediate impact, pulling down that rebound. So good to see Bryce Bohannon and Paul Harris both back on the floor. They're going to call Bryce for travel there. Just some unforced errors here in this first half for this Conway team. Haven't been able to get the crowd into it yet. Traylon Payne making another tough run to the rim. And he's going to get called for a foul going in for a rebound.
That'll be his second personal, Levi, and he's going to take a seat here.
Lucas Foster back in for your Wampus Cats. Paul Harris comes out for a breather. Sophomore Paul Harris is right there, second or third leading scorer for this Wampus Cat team, and he was out for a few games with concussion protocol. And they missed his offense a week ago against Central. Caleb Blunden trying to make something happen. Deep pull-away jumper on the left side is good.
Nice touch there by London. That was not an easy shot to knock down at all.
4 points for the seniors. See if that can get a spark going for Conway. Kason Robinson, it seems like every time Conway gets something going, Robinson comes back on the other end and answers.
He's got 7 of Bryant's 15 points here with 5:53 to play.
Caleb Blunden slowing things down a little bit. Gonna play a little 3-on-1.
He was really hoping for a whistle there.
Yeah, tries to go up. He's asking for the contact to his face. And Coach Long is gonna take a timeout. We're gonna take it with him. 30-second break, and we'll be back with more here on Conway Corp.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
Back here in Conway, your Wampus Cats trailing 11-15, and it's purple and gold night tonight for the student section. Of course, this week, the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and 7 other people as well traveling in that helicopter with Bryant. Just such a crazy week for basketball fans. A lot of difficult morning is really the only way to describe it. I've been very surprised. I don't know about you, Mark, but we grew up with Kobe.
That's right.
But I've been very surprised at some of, like this student section, how much did they know about Kobe? Because they kind of caught him on the tail end. But I've really been surprised at how much players at this age love Kobe as well.
Well, I'll tell you this much, Levi. The impact that Kobe Bryant left, his legacy, it trickles down so far to generations. I mean, taking my children to a public restroom, they can't leave without throwing the paper towels in the trash can and shouting Kobe. That's how far this goes down. My 5-year-old never watched Kobe Bryant play a game, but he knows who he is, and that name recognition, it goes beyond the sporting world, of course, a major loss. And I can't even recall. I mean, definitely probably the biggest loss since Muhammad Ali in the sporting world. But it goes beyond sports. It's a large news story because of his humanitarian efforts and just the impact that he had as an individual in this country.
Yeah, effects felt all across basketball of all levels. Jaden Williams leaving his presence felt on the offensive side with that last basket. Now defensively as he's posting up. Good defense, pulls down the rebound. Wampus Cats in transition. Jacoby Easley gonna pull back up. Trey Toll gonna reset the offense. A little bit of motion offense from your Wampus Cats here. Trey Toll, deep 3-pointer off the front of the rim. Bryant pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, the rim hasn't been Conway's friend so far tonight. Some of those long shots just off the mark.
Arlen Jenkins takes a second thought 3-pointer there and able to convert. The lead now out to 7 for Bryant, 20-13.
Yeah, that was a very big shot by Jenkins there. Conway looking to stop the bleeding here with 4:08 to play before the half.
Lucas Foster is their best three-point shooter, and he answers back at the top of the key. 20-16.
Yeah, Foster, a 31% shooter from beyond the arc coming into tonight's game, and he may be relied on heavily as this one looks to be two teams battling neck and neck so far.
And he's one of those shooters that can definitely be streaky. If he gets one to drop, there's usually a few more coming behind. Jacoby Easley trying to create in the lane. He's going to get called for the charge. Aiden Adams checking in now, spelling Devin Pitts. Conway extending their man-to-man defense to full court now. Trell Wallace with the putback, cannot get it to drop.
Another big rebound for Williams there.
Foster with some nifty moves on the right side. He's able to finish.
Yeah, here we go, Levi. This is the Wampus Cats everybody came here to see tonight. Really heating up.
Trey Toll with the steal in transition. Fakes the pass and finishes on the right side, and we are tied.
Impressive.
20 all. Timeout called by Bryant. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back with more here on Conway Court.
We are Conway's legacy. Just like our family, Conway continues to grow and thrive.
And at Legacy Fencing, we will continue to maintain the level of quality and service that we've provided for the last 2 decades.
From our friendly and helpful office staff to our outstanding installers, to our shop foremen and even our college interns, fencing will not only be our legacy, but yours.
And that's why at Legacy Fencing we say, it's fencing for a lifetime.
Well, how quickly the tide can change, Mark Oliver. Looking a little doubtful for these Wampus Cats as Bryant took a 7-point lead and then Conway quickly erasing it.
That was impressive, Levi. Lucas Foster has taken over this ball game and brought Conway right back into contention here. Lucas has 7 points so far, 3 of 4 shooting from the floor, and 1 of 2 from three-point range, and is really helping the Wampus Cats heat up when it matters the most.
Yeah, and a quick 5 points here in these last few minutes to help cut that lead. And we got a little bit of a makeup call out on the right side. As there was definitely a carrying call that was missed in transition for Bryant. Coach Longing is driving that point home and might have got a little bit of a makeup call on the other side as Conway is going to get the ball here.
And Conway's going to bring Kyler Spencer back into the fray as Williams will take a seat.
2:53 remaining.
It's a new ball game here at Buzz Bowling Arena.
Caleb London, leading scorer for your Wampus Cats on the season, not on the floor right now. Trey Toll driving in the lane. He's able to draw the contact and get the shot off. He will go to the free throw line for 2. Fourth team foul for Bryant. So they've got a few more fouls to give here in the final minutes of the first half.
Toll's first attempt from the free throw line tonight. First one is good.
Will Diggins checking back in for Bryant. Starting center for the Hornets. Trey Toll taking his time. Second attempt is very good.
The Wampus Cats back out on front, just like that.
This lead is taking some big shifts throughout the first half. Conway had a 7-point lead at one point, and Bryant came back with a run of their own, and now the Wampus Cats back up by 2. Foster picking the pocket, can't quite get it up. We're going to have a jump ball at midcourt. Possession will remain.
Levi, what an effort there by Chase Boyd to go in and dive on it, of course. We thought Foster was going to take it on a fast break, and he outran the rock. And Boyd diving down, putting his body on the line.
It's the hardest thing sometimes, you know, when the ball's right there. You're trying to get down and pick it up. Foster hits a three on the right side, but it will not count as they're going to call Chase Boyd for an illegal screen on the other side. Student section does not like it. They do not approve. It's not hard to find purple here in Conway. I see a lot of UCA shirts over there in the student section tonight. Aiden Adams making a move on the left side, gets it picked out to Paul Harris. Ball gets picked out of his hands as he's going up, but it's going to be out of bounds on Bryant.
You know, going back to the student section, Levi, Friday night here in Conway, lots to do, lots of places to go, but they're here representing their student athletes, and I think that speaks volumes about the love for that they have for Conway athletics.
Well, and Conway fans not afraid to show up when Bryant comes to town. I mean, anytime you can face off against Bryant. Chase
You got to
Boyd,
be here to protect the house.
Yeah, certainly. Trey Toll with a great move on the baseline, puts up the little floater, but they're going to call him for a charge. And he can't believe it.
Yeah, Conway really hitting some adversity here right now late as we approach halftime.
1:34 to go.
I believe Conway has still scored 9 straight up till this point.
Kason Robinson finally finding an answer for Bryant. We've got a tie ball game again here in the final minute.
Can look across the arena, see the crowd really getting into tonight's action.
Foster with the quick three, no good. Kason Robinson forcing the issue again. The feed off to Diggins, and it is blocked by the freshman.
That one really gets the crowd into it here at Buzz Bowling, Levi. Starting to really heat up in this last minute of regulation.
22 all, 54 seconds to go. Chase Boyd almost getting his hand on a deep pass on the inbounds. Kason Robinson getting away with one there. Chase Boyd with the steal. Wampus Cats in transition over to sophomore Harris. He makes the nifty move, and they're going to call Jalen Montgomery for the blocking foul.
That was a close one, Levi. Could have went either way.
Well, and it hasn't been going the Conway way here so far in the first half.
That's a big break there with 34 seconds left, a chance to break the stalemate for Paul Harris. Big free throws here.
First one is good. It's his first point of the night.
In the ball game for the Hornets, number 1, Traylon Payne, and number 25.
Traylon Payne and Catrell Wallace checking back in for Bryant. Second attempt up for Harris. It looks good. 24-22, Conway with the lead. 32 seconds to go in the first half. See if Bryant wants to just hold out for this last shot here. Getting close to a 5-second call to reset. Kyler Spencer stepping in front, going hard to the basket, and he is fouled hard. What a move from the freshman to go up strong. He knew that contact was coming.
Yeah, Catrell Wallace didn't have a choice there. It's one of those, what you'd call maybe a necessary foul. And they're going to try to rely on Spencer to maybe miss from the free throw line here.
Freshman making the first one look easy. That's his first point of the night as well.
And now Conway has a chance to cut it to a 2-possession game, and they will. 26-22, 5 seconds remaining. Last shot from Bryant.
Traylon Payne puts up the long three.
Hey, good effort.
Arlen Jenkins got the rebound, tried to put another one up, but it was not in time. 26-22, Conway has the lead here at halftime. What a first half, back and forth affair. We're going to take, well, we're not taking a break. We're taking a longer break this time. No more interviews. I wanted to have more, but we just couldn't get everybody up here. 26-22. We're going to send it off to the Conway Regional Halftime Show. Back with more after that.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
My name is Reed Hughes, and I'm back with your Conway Sports Report. The Conway swim teams have continued to put on an impressive season so far. Both teams have added 2 more wins to their resume and placed second in the Little Rock Central meet. They travel Thursday to Cabot for another conference meet. Good luck, guys. Conway Wrestling has important conference meets coming up on February 15th. Wrestlers Nat Jelinek and his brother Isaiah have performed well so far, finishing second and third in their weight classes in their past meet. Conway Bowling has an upcoming conference match on February 4th. Good luck to the team. Girls basketball traveled to Mount St. Mary's Tuesday night. The girls went on to rout the Bells 77-44. They take on the Bryant Hornets Friday night. The boys took on the Catholic High Rockets on Tuesday. They narrowly escaped the Rockets, winning 45-42, and continue conference play against the Bryant Hornets. Good luck, men, and as always, go Cats.
We don't schedule the appointments, but we connect them. We don't read the x-rays, but we stream them. We don't handle the procedures, but we power them. Here's to running the things that make business run smoothly. Conway Corp. Always on.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Stapleton, and this is your Spotlight Report. Swim and dive season is in full swing in Conway. Our boys and girls team are doing great this season. They got second in their last meet at Central and have been scoring really high on all their other ones. Between both the girls and boys team, we are losing 11 seniors. Senior Emily Holman said that the thing that she is going to miss most about swimming at Conway is traveling with the team to away meets and cheering on her teammates. The seniors have had such an impact on the swim and dive team. They're going to be greatly missed next year. Ty Wingfield is a swimmer that committed to Auburn University a few months back. I asked Ty what made him choose Auburn, and he said he chose Auburn because it fit his degree needs and he loves the community that surrounds the university. He swims the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter freestyle individual events. I asked him his favorite part about swim, and he said his teammates and the memories he shares with them. The swim and dive team had a meet last night in Cabot, so congratulate them on all their achievements. Good luck on the rest of the season, and go Cats!
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp. Always on.
Back for the second half of action here at Buzz Boulding Arena. Conway with a 26-22 lead over Bryant. The Hornets will start the second half with the ball and quickly coming out with a three-point attempt. No good. Rebound. Put back up. No good as well. Jaden Williams pulls it in for Conway.
You know, Levi, really back and forth action. We know how important this game is with each team having the same record in conference play. Conway was led by Lucas Foster and Trey Toll, 7 points apiece in the first half, helping with that 4-point lead.
Jaden Williams fighting tough there in the paint and coming away with a putback.
Here's a few interesting stats for you. Of course, Bryant wins the rebounding battle in the first half, 16-13. Conway shoots better from the floor, 40% compared to 35% from the Hornets. Bryant shooting 38% from beyond the arc. Conway only 22%, but maybe the most impressive stat of the night so far, Conway perfect from the free throw line, 6 of 6, and those ended up being huge in the first 2 quarters of the game.
And that is a great stat because they're not a great free throw shooting team on the season, so free throws have come up big for these Wampus Cats. Hopefully that holds true the rest of the way.
And with the way that this game has evolved, with the physicality, the fouls, this game may come down to free throws late in action.
Kason Robinson with a quick 5 points for Bryant. He's just been doing it all in the lane. Deep three right there, right in Jaden Williams' grill. 28-26, Bryant cutting the lead to 2.
Robinson led the Hornets at the half with 9 points. Had a big three to help kind of extend that lead. Remember, at one point, the Hornets had a 7-point lead, and then the Wampus Cats erased it with a big run.
Traylon Payne going coast to coast with another quick basket. Bryant now out in front. Traylon Payne has an offer from Abilene Christian. A lot of talent on this Bryant team, even without Cameron Hunter, without KK Robinson, who we mentioned at the start. Moved out of Bryant to a prep school in, I believe, Virginia. But they've played tough even without their 2 best players. Of course, they just lost Cameron Hunter this week, suspended indefinitely. So I don't know if he might come back. Caleb London now at the line for Conway. He's had a quiet night. Leading scorer on the year, just 4 points in the first half.
London's first free throw attempt of the night is good to tie the game.
Conway now 7 of 7 from the free throw line. It has the feeling of one of those games it's just going to be close all the way through, and in a game like that, free throws often so important. First miss free throw for Conway tonight. Kason Robinson losing the grip on the ball. It goes out of bounds. Conway with another quick possession here.
Yeah, tough turnover for the Hornets there.
Trey Toll bringing it up. London looking inside for Jaden Williams. Jaden with a nice right hook. He gets it to drop. Jaden's had a great start to the third quarter. Bryant trying to answer. They get it back to Robinson, over to Payne. Inside to the big man, Devin Pitts. Can't get it to fall.
That was all Williams right there, Levi. The post up, the matchup down there with number 34, Devin Pitts. It's really fun to watch, getting the block and getting the rebound for Conway.
He finds London. London driving in the lane on the left side. Great body movement. And Jaden Williams cleaning it up again. We got a timeout on the court. Coach Mike Abramson not liking what he's seen out of his Bryant Hornets. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break and bring it on back to Buzz Bowling Arena here on Conway Court.
In 1916, Smith Ford opened its doors in Conway and began building a legacy that today is over a century old and still going strong. Now let's put this into perspective. When Smith Ford started out, their cars looked like this. Today, they look like this. Outstanding customer service. At Smith Ford, they don't just say it, they define it. You just don't live to see 100 unless you're living right, eating right, or selling right. Smith Ford has been doing all three since 1960.
Back at Buzz Bowling Arena, Conway up 33-29. I'm Levi Gilbert, joined by Mark Oliver, Jeff Matthews with the night off, and Mark, really a storied broadcaster in his own rights. He's won a Sully Award. Nobody here has done that. I'll just say it. And, Mark has been doing Fountain Lake football for such a long time. He's recently started doing National Park College basketball and baseball coming up soon. But the Conway connection there is that he's got a chance to see Terry Clardy, a former Wampus Cat, and also Jakylan Kaiser. Both were seniors a year ago on that team, and you're getting to see them in action now at National Park College.
Yeah, that's right. This is my third season broadcasting for the Nighthawks, and it's always great from a recruiting standpoint when you can get not one but two players from the same school. The chemistry between Terry Clardy and Jakylan Kaiser is huge. It fills a lot of gaps the Nighthawks had this year, and hey, they're off to great starts in their first year in Nighthawk Nation. Terry Clardy averages just shy of 13 points per game. Jakylan averages only about 10 points per game, but Jakylan leads the NJCAA Region 2 Division 2 in field goal percentage, 70.9% from the floor.
That's awesome. So you get to see some former Wampus Cats. Now you're going to see some current Wampus Cats tonight as they've built a 4-point lead over Bryant, 33-29, and who knows, maybe you'll see a great shot there.
And I'll tell you about each of these guys. It took me one game to fall in love with Jakylan Kaiser in a Nighthawk uniform and what he brings to the floor. He's always the first guy off the bench, but he takes the game over. If they're trailing, he will put the team on his back to bring them back. And Terry Clardy Jr., there's never been a Nighthawk to shatter a backboard, but he will be the first. I've never seen anybody dunk the ball so hard, and the teammates love him. They're always setting him up for great opportunities. Two big leaders for National Park College in Hot Springs, and I know that they're very proud Wampus Cats as well.
Yeah, great to hear about those two former Wampus Cats. Lucas Foster, a current Wampus Cat, extending the lead for Conway with that three-point shot. It's now 36-29. Conway has really found their rhythm here in the third quarter, and on the other end, Kyler Spencer with the big block.
Yeah, big rejection there. Getting a lot of momentum, getting a lot of confidence here in the later stages of the third quarter.
Bryce Bohannon back in the game for Conway. Caleb London.
I think he was trying to kind of draw the charge.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to sell.
He ended up with the flop
of the push off from Pitts, but the official right there going to call the blocking foul on London. Traylon Payne from the right elbow, no good. Chase Boyd with the rebound. Gets it out to Foster, down to London. London on the left side can't finish at the rim, and he is frustrated with himself on that one.
Yeah, Levi, he'll look to make good on that later on.
Another rejection from Kyler. Chase Boyd in transition, gets it out to Bryce Bohannon. Hard shot on the right side, no good. Bryant with the rebound. Had a 2-on-1 situation for Bryant, but a push-off from Arlen Jenkins. Lucas Foster got back on defense, got in good position, draws the offensive foul, and Conway getting the ball back. 2:26 to go here in the third quarter, 36-29.
Yeah, Levi, if you're Coach Salty Longing and the Wampus Cats, you've got to be happy with what you're seeing out of Kyler Spencer here in the third quarter, really stepping up. And that allows Williams to get a much-needed breather here. So your big men, they're firing on all cylinders here as we approach the later stages of the ball game with a 7-point lead.
London short with that right jumper. They're trying to get it down to Cottrell Wallace, but can't bring in the pass. Chase Boyd comes away with it. Conway resets. Lucas Foster had that big second quarter. Bryce Bohannon with a nice feed down to Kyler Spencer. Draws the foul and couldn't quite finish. He'll go to the line for two. Been really impressed with what we've seen out of Kyler Spencer tonight, as he's had to play a little bit more minutes than normal just because of the foul trouble that Jaden Williams got in early in the first quarter. First free throw attempt for Kyler is good.
Yeah, this is going to be a conference game that I think Kyler Spencer is going to take to heart and remember throughout what is going to be a long Wampus Cat career, just a freshman, and really making a statement tonight defensively for the Wampus Cats.
Coach Longing told me early in the month, we don't normally bring freshmen up. It's not something that we want to do, but something they had to do with their lack of depth on the interior, and Kyler has played well. Traylon Payne drawing the contact on the opposite end. It's going to be against Paul Harris. Just his first foul. Getting set to check in for Bryant, junior shooting guard Austin Schroeder. Payne hits the first free throw attempt.
I believe that's Payne's first free throw made tonight.
Jacoby Easley and Trey Toll also checking in for the Wampus Cats. Second free throw is good. Lead cut down to 6, 37-31, 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Bryce with the spin move. We've seen that on the football field. Jacoby Easley with the long three-pointer on the right side. It is good. 9-point lead now for Conway.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better than that, Levi. Great execution, finishing with a big three by Easley.
It's so good to see Bryce Bohannon on the floor. Just gives you a different look at point guard. Just adds more depth to this backcourt. Austin Schroeder with a quick three on the inbounds. No good. Rebound to Will Diggins, and he's going to draw the foul on the putback attempt.
Paul Harris picks up his second personal. Diggins at the free throw line, trailing by 9.
You can hear the classy students commenting on Diggins' shot. His free throw looked good there. Fourth quarter, they'll be shooting into the classy students. It'll be a little more difficult. Second attempt, no good. Kyler Spencer with the rebound. Bryce Bohannon easily blows past the Bryant defender, but loses control of the ball. Bryant in transition. Trey Toll trying to catch up, cannot.
That was a big possession for Bryant there. Great court vision, able to steal it away. Finish with a Traylon Payne basket. The lead is 6.
45 seconds to go. Conway offense content to slow things down, set up the play they want to run. $20 seconds. Bryce Bohannon out to Jacoby Easley. Jacoby back out to Trey Toll, resetting again. 10 seconds remaining. Trey Toll's going to have to do it himself. Kicks it out to Easley. Pump fake in the three off the front of the rim. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Wampus Cats maintaining a lead. Now 40-34. We'll be back with the final quarter of action right here on Conway Corp.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
Well, we've got all the makings for a great finish here tonight at Buzz Bowling Arena. Your Wampus Cats with a 40-34 lead heading into this final quarter of action. The table, as they say, is set. Bryant will get the first possession here to start the fourth quarter.
Hornets are led by Kason Robinson with 14 points, Traylon Payne with 11. For the Wampus Cats, a pair with 10, Jaden Williams and Lucas Foster.
And this one's going to go the other way. They're going to call an offensive foul against Arlen Jenkins. Looked like it happened on a screen. Nice way to start the fourth quarter here for Conway. Bryant extending their defense, trying to get a trap on the Wampus Cats. Settling back into a zone defense. No rush for Conway, but you want to take care of your passes. Tipped ball, they're gonna get number 2, Austin Schroeder, for the foul. And he's gonna come out.
The narrative is slowly riding itself here in the fourth quarter, Levi. The foul's starting to rack up, and if Bryant continues to kind of claw back into this thing, it could be decided at the free throw line tonight.
And the way Conway's been shooting tonight gives you some confidence. Not traditionally a great free throw shooting team. They've had their moments. Southside game to start the conference play, they shot 75% that night. Seem to be shooting above that mark tonight. Caleb London's had a quiet night with just 5 points. Just hasn't been able to get the ball to fall.
Bryant's been really good at protecting the inside. And Conway hasn't shot very good from three-point range tonight, so Bryant knows exactly what it has to do. They just have to contribute on offense, trailing by 4 as we near the midway point.
Yeah, Aiden Adams cut that lead down to 4. Nice feed into Kyler Spencer, who found Caleb London, couldn't finish, able to get his own rebound, and he's going to draw the foul.
Personal foul on the Hornets, number 25, Cottrell Wallace.
Against Cottrell Wallace, his third foul, sends London to the line for 2. It's a good place to be when you're having a slow night offensively. It gives you a chance to knock down some shots, get into a little bit of a rhythm. His first one good, extending that lead back out to 5. Coming in now for the Wampus Cats, Lucas Foster and Jaden Williams.
London averaging 18.7 points per game coming into tonight's game against Bryant. He's only got 6 so far, but the offense hasn't really needed him as much, really spreading the wealth with the basketball with Williams and Foster really stepping up tonight.
Yeah, that has been the good thing. A night when your leading scorer hasn't been in a good rhythm, got 2 other players able to step up, pick up that load offensively. It's been a struggle at times for this Conway team. Traylon Payne with the crossover, pullback 3.
What a big bucket there. Makes it a 1-possession ball game.
Payne now with 14 points. He tied for the lead with Kason Robinson. Bryce Bohannon with the feed to Jaden Williams. Can't get it in with his left hand, but he draws the contact. It's a nice, smart pass off to Williams.
Williams will be the 5th Wampus Cat to take a trip to the free throw line tonight. It's his first attempt coming up. and a pretty important free throw at that.
Hits off the back of the rim, no good. Subbing in now for Bryant, Devin Pitts. We're looking to add some size on the defensive end. Jaden Williams' second attempt, this time short.
Tough break for Williams, missing them both.
Bryant offense starting off a little shaky here. So Arlen Jenkins able to find a crease on the right side of the lane. He gets all the way in and finishes and draws the contact. Now with a chance to go to the line and tie the game.
Kind of a nail biter here at Buzz Bowling Arena. Conway has enjoyed what we felt were comfortable leads at least twice in this game.
Jenkins' free throw attempt is short. Conway is going to maintain that 1-point lead. Bryant still coming out with that zone trap defense, and they pull one away here. Bryce Bohannon picks the pocket of Jenkins, finding Williams down on the left side. Williams with the spin move and the finish.
That was the biggest bucket of the night for the Conway Wampus Cats. The crowd on their feet.
Kason Robinson trying to answer back, but no good. Sloppy pass out to Trey Toll, and it's not ready for the ball. They're able to pull it in safely. Coach Longing is trying to slow everybody down.
I don't know if he's going to have any fingernails left after this game.
Coach Longing can tend to get excitable. Sloppy pass out to Foster is making me want to bite my fingernails right now. Jaden Williams wants it on the left post. Drives in, tries to get that right hook shot off. He's going to draw the contact, can't get it to fall. He's going to go back to the free throw line.
He's going to look to make do after missing 2 in a row last time out. He has an opportunity for a redo here.
Another 6A Central action tonight. Central is at Catholic. North Little Rock is at Cabot, and Northside and Southside just staying at home tonight to play in Fort Smith. Jaden Williams gets the first one to fall, and Coach Abramson is going to call a timeout. We'll take it with him. 30-second break, and we're back here on Conway Court.
Centennial Bank builds relationships. That's why our bankers roll up their sleeves to support Conway and Faulkner County. They are folks you know and value for mortgages, business loans, and all your personal banking needs. Community involvement and exceptional service from people you know. That's the Centennial Bank way. Centennial Bank's legacy started right here in Conway and is still growing. Centennial Bank, building legacies, one relationship at a time.
And as we come back to Buzz Bowling Arena, let's just reset what's at stake tonight as you close out the first half of conference play in the 6A Central. You've got North Little Rock and Northside at the top. North Little Rock undefeated, 6-0. Northside 5-1. And then you've got 4 teams all at 3-3. So Cabot, Bryant, Conway, and Central. Now, Conway lost to Central last Tuesday. They beat Catholic, who's pretty much out of the conversation. They might find their way back into the 6th seed, but probably unlikely. But this game tonight at home against Bryant is so important because of all those teams tied at 3-3, you got to start getting some distance between them if you want to have any hopes of getting up to that 3 or 4 seed for as you look to head into the state tournament, which is just a little over a month away. It's kind of crazy.
It's going to come up really fast, Levi.
Yeah,
these teams are going through the grinder in order to get there.
So out of the break, Jaden Williams misses the second free throw attempt. Still a 4-point lead for your Wampus Cats, 45-41. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Arlen Jenkins forcing the action. Looked like Jaden Williams was clear on the ball, but they're going to call Trey Toll for the reach-in.
Jenkins.
You mentioned it earlier, Mark. I think you're dead on. It's going to be a game of free throws down the stretch.
Hey, and an opportunity for a team that's traditionally not very well from there to kind of rewrite the story tonight.
Arlen Jenkins misses the front end. He had a chance earlier to tie the game with a free throw attempt. Wasn't able to do that. He makes the second one. The lead cut back down to 3.
Still a lot of basketball to be played in this one, Levi.
Crossing the midway point of the fourth quarter, Caleb London thought about taking a shot there. Trey Toll right about the free throw line. He gets one to bounce around and drop in. 47-42 Conway.
You can see Trey Toll working his way back in on defense there. And a big rebound by London. That one's huge.
Devin Pitts tried to get one to fall, and he got away with one reaching in against Caleb London. London with a great rebound. Trey Toll just couldn't make up his mind on if he wanted to pass it or keep it.
So he gave it to Bryant.
It's going to be a turnover. 5-point lead for your Wampus Cats. 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kason Robinson trying to pull closer. Jaden Williams, another big rebound. Junior having his best game of the season.
Yeah, without a doubt, Levi. Both he and Spencer have been impact players tonight.
Caleb London waking up here in the fourth quarter as he gets 9 points now with the smooth operator in the lane. Bryant answers back with a long three from Aiden Adams. 49-45, lead cut back to 4. 2:54 to go. We got another timeout on the court for Coach Abramson. Another 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back with more here on Conway Court.
Hey, welcome to David's. I'm Alan Bubbas, and this is my father, David Bubbas. We want to welcome you in to try our great beef, grade A choice chuck that you can see in display, all-you-can-eat fries, and a little ice cream at the end. Come experience some of the cutest kids. Bring your cute kids, too. We'd love to serve you. At David's Burgers, we're proud supporters of the Call in Arkansas.
And you can find out more online about ways to get involved.
Every time I see that David's Burgers ad, I get super hungry. Would love a burger right now. Courtside Cats making it fun as always here on a Friday night. As Conway has played host to rival Bryant. Both teams coming in tonight 3-3 in 6A Central play, so a really big outcome on the line for both of these teams tonight. Conway with a 4-point lead and the ball.
It's crunch time for the Wampus Cats and the Hornets here, Levi.
They need to force the ball across the half court. They do. Bryant trying to get that zone trap to work. Looks like they're switching back to man-to-man now. Bryce Bohannon razzling and dazzling out there with the ball. So he gets into the lane. Pump fake, can't get it to fall, but who else? Jaden Williams. Cleaning it up and knocking it down, 51-45. Bryant with the easy bucket on the other end. Lead back down to 4.
You know, I don't know if Conway High School will ever entertain the idea of selling jerseys to fans, but I'd be interested in a number 25 jersey after tonight.
Right, yeah. Get it a little Jaden Williams jersey.
Yeah, 15 points, 15 rebounds.
Wow, double-double for the junior tonight, who started the game in foul trouble, had to come out quickly, so he's done it in limited minutes. Caleb London now trying to take over in the fourth quarter. Shot attempt up is no good. Conway not getting back on defense. Arlen Jenkins finishing on the other end, and the lead now down to 2 with 90 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Jenkins is a real strong asset for the Bryant Hornets. He's really helped them storm back late. And that's going to be Conway's game going into the final minute 23 of tonight's action. They want Bryant to foul him, and they're going to test themselves from the free throw line.
Yeah, Aiden Adams with the foul there. It's going to send Bryce to the line for the 1-and-1. This will be the last 1-and-1 on the night. So next team foul for Bryant will be 10. Conway will be in the double bonus. Free throw attempt, bounces off the rim, no good. Plan worked out for Bryant on that one. Caleb London on Arlen Jenkins. He's got some length on him. Case and Robinson getting in the lane. They're going to reset. Back out to Jenkins. Traylon Payne finds Adams on the left baseline. 3-point up, in and out.
Oh, a heartbreaker at the rim, Levi.
Under 45 seconds to play now. Conway with a 2-point lead. They got to get the ball across. They're going to have to call a timeout. 41 seconds left in this one. Conway hanging on to a 51-49 lead. We'll take a 30-second break with them and be back for the final seconds of this one here on Conway Court.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
Well, hold on, folks. Gonna have a tight finish here. Your Wampus Cats up 51-49. It's been one of those games, Mark, and it's no surprise really. Anytime you get Conway and Bryant together, Bryant playing without some of their best players tonight. For whatever reason, they're still a tough out here at Buzz Bowling Arena. And Conway, they found offense all across the floor tonight.
Honestly, Levi, these two teams are really evenly matched on paper. Even look at the stat sheet here. They're neck and neck. Of course, the scoreboard is neck and neck. This is about as even as you'll find two teams in the 6A Central, right there smack dab in the middle of the standings. And that makes this game and that makes this win even more coveted, even more important. And who knows, these two teams are going to really cause some fits for their opponents in the postseason.
Both teams 3-3 in the 6A Central. This is the final conference game of the first half of conference play. They'll flip it and reset starting next week for the final 7 games of the season. London finds Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams slamming it home! 17 points for the junior, 4-point lead for Conway.
That was a statement bucket from Williams, 17 points.
And great vision from London to get the assist. Arlen Jenkins nowhere to go. Trey Toll pulling it down, and he's calling a timeout. So 10 seconds left. Conway possession, 53-49. Well, we got some explaining to do between the officials. One official is calling a jump ball. The other official is saying that number 2, Trey Toll, of course, called a timeout. They're going to stick with the timeout. Full timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break, catch our breath, and come back for the final 10 seconds here on Conway Court.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
Well, what a night it has been for center junior Jaden Williams. 17 points tonight. Quickly got out of the game in the first quarter. He picked up 2 fouls in the first couple minutes. But since then, he's been able to maintain his composure defensively and gave Conway that 4-point lead just a few moments ago off the great pass from senior Caleb London. And Conway is going to have the ball inbounding with 10.4 seconds left. Bryant is going to have to go for the steal. If they can't get it, they're going to have to get a quick foul. And a foul will send Conway to the free throw line. But Conway's got to inbound the ball first.
This last 10.4 seconds feels like a lifetime, Levi.
Got it to Caleb. London's going to break away, and he's going to draw the foul. So Caleb London, the senior, just 9 points tonight. He's averaging well above that on the season. He's had his offensive struggles tonight, but he's found ways to get others involved. And he's really come on here in the fourth quarter. And he's got a chance with 7.5 seconds remaining to seal this thing at the free throw line.
London is 3 of 4 in tonight's action.
First one is good. It's a 5-point lead now for Conway. Conway's going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll just go ahead and hold it here. Give you some of the sights and sounds of high school basketball on a Friday night between two rivals. Got the student section wearing purple and gold tonight in honor of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi and the other 7 people who were killed tragically earlier this week. Dance team was here tonight in full effect. Had the Hall of Fame second class announced at halftime. It has been quite the environment here at Buzz Bowling Arena.
Hey, this is the place to be in the 501 on a Friday night. It is hopping here in Conway.
He's Mark Oliver. I'm Levi Gilbert, filling in for Jeff Matthews tonight. Had a good time. Now, I mentioned way back that this isn't the first time we've done a game together. It's just been a long time. We go back more than a decade in college, calling games on the Bear 91.3. Now we get to do this tonight here on Conway Corp as Caleb London steps to the line with the chance to give Conway a 6-point lead. And it's good. 7.5 seconds to go. Conway winning 55-49. They're going to let Bryant come down and get the quick shot. No foul. Down to 4 points. 1.3 seconds to go. Bryant is going to call a timeout. So 55-51. 1.3 seconds left. Full timeout on the court. We'll go ahead and hold it here again.
What a fun opportunity it's been. Of course, thanks for having me. You know, like I said, not a Conway resident anymore, but the city of Colleges always feels like home. Ever since you get off that first exit, you hit Dave Ward, you see the sights, and you see all the changes. You know, like we talked about, there's so many big things that have happened here over the years, and you know, Conway's known for so many great things, great educational opportunities, many different ones. Lots of roundabouts, if that's your thing. It's my thing.
Yeah.
It's my thing, but not everybody's thing. But you know, great athletics as well. And this Conway, we talked about it with the Hall of Fame inductions, the success this program has had. And here tonight looking to get 2 big wins.
Conway trying to get the ball inbound. They get it to Trey Tull. And that's going to run out the clock. Before the foul is called, they're just going to let this one run out. Final score tonight, Conway 55, Bryant 51. So both of your Conway teams coming out on top tonight. Give Stats a chance to send the final numbers over to Mark and close it out, see what those final numbers look like. Got to talk about Jaden Williams. Big night for the junior, 17 points.
17 points for Jaden Williams, and also 15 rebounds closing out the game. A big steal there, the big slam dunk, which really felt like it started to shut the door on the game tonight. He played a complete effort tonight, and it was a very, very big conference performance for him. Really like to see what you can see out of him down the stretch.
Huge win for your Wampus Cats. They moved to 14-5, 4-3 in conference play. Conference play will reset starting next week. We won't have a game for Conway next week, but we will be doing a game at St. Joseph, at Conway Christian, between Conway Christian and St. Joseph. That game will not be live. You can catch the replays on Conway Corp. Big thanks to our entire crew tonight, everybody watching from home, Big thanks to you, Mark, for making the drive up from Hot Springs and calling the action with me. Really enjoyed it.
Hey, thanks for having me, Levi. Always good to be in the announcing seat right next to you, buddy.
All right, that's going to do it for tonight. We'll see you next time here on Conway Corp.